Picture this: an academically esteemed institution, a UC Berkeley professor, and a controversial offer of extra credit for attending pro-Palestinian protests. This incendiary mix sparked a heated debate back in October of 2023, setting the stage for a series of Palestinian protests across US universities that continue to reverberate today. The timeline of events unfurls like a tightly coiled spring, each moment feeding into the next. The pivotal point occurred when Victoria Hewin, a UC Berkeley academic, extended an unconventional opportunity to her students. Attend a pro-Palestinian protest or lobby Congress about Gaza and earn extra credit. Screenshots of the email offering these extra credit options spread like wildfire, instigating accusations of bias and anti-Semitism. Fast forward to April of 2024, when pro-Palestinian encampments began to emerge on American college campuses, including Columbia University and Barnard College. These student-led protests were a response to the Israeli strikes on Gaza, and they demanded that universities divest from companies profiting from the Israeli occupation. However, this call to action was not without consequence. Columbia University and Barnard College responded to the protests by suspending students involved in the demonstrations. This disciplinary action sparked a wave of condemnation from lawmakers and further stoked the fires of protest. Meanwhile, at Columbia University, protesters occupied a campus building, echoing the protest tactics of the 80s against South African apartheid. Yet, the geopolitical landscape of today presents a more complex challenge than the divestment movements of the past. The entangled nature of investments, the ongoing conflict in Gaza, and the intricate US-Israel relationship make immediate divestment a challenging goal. The current state of Palestinian protests in US universities is a potent mix of criticism and support. The protests have prompted calls for the resignation of school presidents and concerns over offensive rhetoric targeting Jewish students. The effectiveness of divestment as a means to achieve political change remains hotly debated, with some suggesting it may pressure stakeholders to support a ceasefire in Gaza. To summarize, the Palestinian protests in US universities have evolved from a controversial extra credit offer to a nationwide movement demanding divestment from companies linked to the Israeli occupation. These protests have sparked disciplinary actions, calls for resignation, and a fierce debate over the effectiveness and appropriateness of such tactics. As we stand today, these protests continue to shape the discourse on campuses across the country, underlining the complex interplay between academia, politics, and student activism.